A very good morning to my dear students of class 10th. I welcome you all to this new class of Social Science 2, where we are doing chapter 1 from Geography, Resources and Development. Before beginning with the class, children, I would like to ask you all, I hope everybody is safe and sound. Children, no need to get out of your places as the time is very hard for everybody, and we need to keep ourselves safe and our family as well, because going out might catch us with some infection and we are bringing it into our homes. Now children, let us have a quick review of what we have done in the previous classes. If we begin from the beginning, we saw the introduction of what are resources, then we saw classification of resources, then we saw on what basis the resources can be divided. Then children, after that we saw the basis of development, what potential resources are, what developed resources are, stocks, reserves. And then we are now coming to sustainable development. All right children, so what is sustainable development? Development, we all know, something to grow, something to prosper. Now sustainability, to maintain something. So the economic development which does not damage the environment and at the same time it takes care of the needs of our future generation also is known as sustainable development. To make it more simple children, when we take care of our needs in today's time and we are saving it and we are saving the resources for future also, is known as sustainable development. It means development is going on but we are keeping it sustainable, we are preserving it for future also. Now the next topic we are going to start with is resource planning. What is planning? Planning is the methodology, the techniques, the ideas to make something best out of it's through utilization. Okay, planning is to have something, putting your ideas to get something best out of. So resource planning is a technique or a skill of proper utilization of resources. If I say land resources planning, then planning will be specifically for the best proper utilization of land. If I say resource planning, so resource planning is a technique or a skill of proper utilization of land resources children. Now let us see what are the stages of resource planning children. Number 1, when we plan something, we should know what are we going to plan about. If I ask you to plan a birthday party for yourself, you are definitely going to start with the date, time, venue, and then only you will move further. Similarly, when we are planning about resources, we need to know where our resources are completely lying, which places are having what kind of resources. All these statements are falling under one category, which is identification of resources. You need to identify where the resources are, then only you are able to plan, isn't it children? So the first step in resource planning is identification and listing of resources. Children, this question is a frequently asked question for 5 marks category. Okay, so number 1, identification and listing of resources. How do you identify that which place is having what resources? For those children, you need to have survey, mapping and measurement of the qualities and the quantities of the resources and the important activities undertaken in this stage. We are having so many different ways to identify what resources are found at what place. So when we identify the resources of particular places, then only we can plan about. For example, I am not knowing about this particular land which is very good for cultivation of cotton, but I am growing wheat instead, and then I am not getting the desired result because I was not having identification of this land resource. Then my planning will completely be failed. It will be an utter failure. Therefore, identification and listing is very, very, very important. I hope this point is clear to you. Now, the second stage in resource planning is planning for exploitation. What resources you are going to use, to what extent they will be exploited. Develop a planning structure, children, with suitable technology, skill, institutional setup. In simple words, to make you understand, is how much exploitation, how much interaction of man with these resources is going to take place to maintain the sustainability of this resource. For example, I know this specific area is good for gold reserves. I will be having proper institutional setup, skilled laborers, skilled workers to go and extract and keep it safe for further exploitation. Unless and until I identify a resource, I won't be able to plan. Thus, number one, identification and listing of resources. Then number two, planning for exploitation, children. Third category is matching of the resources development. Match up resource development plans with national development plans, children. Therefore, the third category, planning which has to match up with resource development and the national development plans. For example, if you are the head of your family, right, and you need to always look for the total well-being of your family, that is your overall development plan. But your family has so many members also, different nucleated family, two sons, each son is having his own family. Their their nucleated family is also having some planning developmental goals. Maybe they require something at today's time and the other son requires something at today's time. So keeping a matchup with their needs and demands and listing your total family goals. Similarly, the total national development plan has to match up with the resource developmental plans, right? Resource planning has to be done specifically with different resources areas, and total national development plans calls off or talks about the total developmental plan. So it should match up with national developmental plan. I hope these 3 points are clear to you, children. If the question clearly comes for 3 marks category, you can explain these 3 points. If it comes for 5, you need to give an introduction. Now let us see why resource planning is important. It is necessary for the balanced development of India. Children, if we are not going to plan, obviously we are not going to have a healthy and a balanced development of our country. Resources may be exploited at n number of reasons, right? Therefore, we should take a step forward to know how it is necessary and why it is necessary for having a complete balanced development of India. Point number 2, children, why it is important to have resource planning. Some regions of India are rich in certain resources and some regions are poor in those resources. Example, Rajasthan is poor in water resources but very rich in solar and wind energy. So why not taking the possible utilization of Rajasthan in terms of solar and wind energy, right? Then next reason, children, some regions are self-sufficient while other regions are very poor in important resources. For example, some regions are very good. Madhya Pradesh is rich in basically many resources, but Ladakh is not rich in any resources. Wastage of resources can be avoided by planning. When we plan something, we are going to have less wastage, okay? For example, I asked you to plan for your birthday party. Obviously, when you are knowing that this much strength of people are going to come for your birthday party, you are going to order the food and the disposable items accordingly. You are not going to order thousands when 20 people are coming. It is going to be a waste of your wealth and of the space, and then ultimately you are ending up in extra resources which are of no use. Therefore, planning is very important, children. Wastage can be avoided with the help of planning. Next reason why resource planning is important is environmental pollution can be reduced. When we plan accordingly, we will create lesser pollution. We know specific resource is going to emit large pollution, so we can have proper prevention techniques, and we should be planned accordingly, and we will allow lesser pollution, and we will help in controlling the environmental pollution. And the next reason is over exploitation of resource will be avoided. If we are knowing this place is rich in this, we are going to certainly add up to that amount only. When we are not knowing, when we are not planning, then for no reason resources are being exploited, and ultimately it is leading to wastage, children, right? And over exploited. Therefore, we will avoid over exploitation of resources. And the last topic for today's class is resource conservation. Conservation, in simple words, is preserving it for future. Then resource conservation is in order to meet the demands of today and future, we are going to preserve and keep the resources carefully, and that is known as resource conservation. To define resource conservation, the definition may be planned use of resources in order to meet the present needs and to store it for future generations is called resource conservation. Children, it is necessary because many resources are non-renewable. Once they are used, they are gone forever. Therefore, conservation of non-renewable resources is very, very important. Number 2, conservation of resources helps us to reduce the wastage also. Again, when we are planning, then also it is helpful. And when we are conserving the resources, it will help in the reducing the wastage of resources. And resource conservation also help us to protect the environment. Children, when we are planning, obviously we are conserving the resources. When we are planning, we are going to conserve automatically. Therefore, those same points are applicable here. Wastage will be avoided. We will be keeping it safe for future generation. We will be protecting it, and we will be allowing lesser environmental pollution. With this, I end today's class. In the next class, I will talk about Gandhiji's ideas on resource conservation, land degradation, and land conservation measures. Right? So, thank you so much, children. Have a nice day. Take care and be safe.